Behind me are 11 of the 35 empty storefronts that take up 5 points, many that haven't been occupied in years. A lot of them have boarded up wood, broken windows, broken door handles, and much more. This plus dwindling business is what led University of South Carolina's own Chloe Mays to start the Save 5 Points campaign. Welcome back to Carolina News, time for sports. The Gamecocks competed against the Kentucky Wildcats this past weekend in Williams-Brice Stadium. Offense could never establish a rhythm a majority of the game. The Gamecocks ran the ball a total of 26 times for only 58 yards. Thanks, Stratton. The University of South Carolina's Senate faculty was asked to meet with the preferred candidate to potentially take up this spot here at the President's House. The name of the candidate was kept under wraps. However, the search committee felt this was a choice they needed to make. Jerry Fest is located by the main 5 Points fountain from 2 to 10 to honor the legacy of Jerry Garcia. Organizers want the event to be a place where people can enjoy music, visit vendors, and above all else, let people know 5 Points is a safe place to be and to be themselves. Thanks, Stratton. The University of South Carolina's Senate faculty was asked to meet with the preferred candidate to potentially take up this spot here at the President's House. The name of the candidate was kept under wraps. However, the search committee felt this was a choice they needed to make.
And it was such an attractive candidate that the committee thought it was worth the risk of having them in for a short visit, preferred visit.
The preferred candidate comes from a pool of 50 people that was then narrowed down to 20, and the search committee held interviews in Atlanta of potential candidates. The name of the candidate visiting has not been revealed for discretionary issues, and for students on campus, this is cause for concern.
Last time they said this candidate was very qualified, but look what happened. So this time it's hard to kind of gain their trust after what happened last time.
News of the preferred candidate just comes 2 weeks after mega donor of USC, Lou Kennedy, resigned from the committee over concerns that the selection of the new university president will be a repeat of the controversial 2019 selection of Bob Caslin. The committee feels they need to act on this as the candidate has other potential options with other searches in place for university presidents.
They really did do their diligence looking at what does the campus want for a president.
But for some students, being thorough isn't enough.
Transparency is key. And if you're not being transparent with us from the jump, then you're not going to gain our trust.
As of now, there are no other plans to interview other candidates. The search committee says they are doing everything they can to overcome the missteps of the 2019 selection, with certain criteria put in place, such as having an academic background, being able to fundraise, and boosting research here on the campus. Live from the President's House at the Horseshoe, I'm Alex Wages. Back to you in the studio. In a not-so-packed crowd, mayoral candidates Tamika Isaac Devine and Daniel Rickman made a stop at the University of South Carolina to discuss the city's future and why the people of the city of Columbia should elect either of them to be the next mayor of Columbia.
We both served on city council for many, many years, but when you look at actual programs that people have implemented, I don't think he can tell you any that he's implemented.
And there's a lot of opportunity in Columbia, and that I understand what they are and the challenges, and I have the ability to use my skills.
Candidate Rickman had the lead in the initial election, gathering 44% of the votes, while candidate Devine piled up 30% of total votes. Both candidates share the same ideas when it comes to bringing business to Columbia or improving public safety, but have slightly different approaches when it comes to solving those issues, such as the growth of Columbia.
And make sure that we are going back to that inclusive growth. We need to make sure we have affordable housing, quality housing for people at all income levels.
We need to get out of the way as government. We need to encourage collaboration. We need to encourage people to be here to invest.
Devine and Rickman have served on the council together for over a decade, but feel their experiences sets them apart.
And I have spent my lifetime building businesses and attracting people together and creating collaborations, and that's what we need to grow right now.
But you look at what I've done, whether it is the homeless court, whether it's our partnerships with Richland One, I have those things that I've done. I basically, I have the receipts. I've done it.
As the days of vote for the runoff election nears, both candidates say they are ready to tackle the issues the city faces head on, making sure Columbia moves in the right direction. With Carolina News, I'm Alex Wages. Street performances, lights, and even a human Christmas tree.
Oh, just put on a little bit to celebrate Vista Lights, spread some Christmas cheer.
Took over Gervais Street as the Vista Guild held their 36th annual Vista Light celebration.
This is the official kickoff to the holidays in the city of Columbia. This is just a big tradition that people are used to having in their lives before Christmas holidays.
1, 2, 3, make some noise for my picture, yeah!
People from all over Columbia came to the Vista to bring in the holidays with family and friends to see decorated storefronts, watch live performances, have some holiday treats, and more.
It's our first year seeing the lights. We didn't know it was so big. It's great. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's been great. We've enjoyed it. It's been cool.
As the night went on, Santa asked kids what they wanted for Christmas, and the Vista's Christmas tree was officially lit to bring in the holiday season, something that Mayor Steve Benjamin feels people need now.
You know, it's been a very difficult couple of years all across the world. To have people come together in the spirit of love and giving and Thanksgiving and the spirit of the season, it's always very positive. Even local businesses took part in the festivities as Midlands Media Group helped children make bags of reindeer food, which contains oats and glitter to help Santa see the sparkle and find a child's house.
We just love Vista Lights and love supporting it every year, and our company sponsors the Kids Zone, which is here on Lincoln Street. There's you can visit with Santa. There's lots of activities.
Plenty for kids and adults to do to help everyone get in the holiday spirits. For Carolina News,
thank you so much.
I'm Alex Wages.
Want you for my
And thank you for joining us. I'm Alex Wages. Governor Henry McMaster is vowing to defy President Biden's newly announced vaccine deadlines. State officials said they would push back against the new rules, even going as far as challenging it in court. State representatives and law enforcement officials were a part of a gun violence forum on Tuesday. The goal of the forum was to have a conversation about gun violence in the Midlands. Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott says while his department has done a good job solving crime, they need to get better at preventing it. And with the vote count finalized, Daniel Rickenman has been certified as the winner of the mayoral election. Rickenman is the first new mayor of Columbia in over 10 years. He's joined by 3 newly elected city council members. Coming up on Carolina News, new technology coming to the state could change the future of businesses, schools, and the economy of South Carolina. Welcome back to Carolina News. As we made our way into December, the city of Columbia is fully embracing the Christmas season. Our Bryce Jaquo went out to Casey and West Columbia to see how they're bringing in the holidays. Some more good news for South Carolina businesses. The state will not hike unemployment insurance taxes next year. State officials announced Thursday that those tax rates will either drop or stay the same in 2022. South Carolina used millions in COVID relief dollars to refill the unemployment trust fund after the pandemic put a strain on the program.